Good morning. It's turned out nice again. It's Tuesday, the 17th of September 2019, and you're watching KopTalk.tv. How's it going, guys? You alright? A few things I want to discuss with you. First of all, Kevin Keeley Jr., I think that is. He says, "Don't missing your uploads. Come back soon if you can, mate. YNWA." He says, especially given the unique spot where the club is sitting at the moment. So, Kevin, I read your comment this morning. Do you know what, guys? My head's been down a bit, if I'm completely honest with you. I have a blog, duncanoldham.com. You'd probably better if you just go over there and read that, and you'll see where I am with that. Dave, another thing as well. Dave on Facebook sent me a message yesterday, and he said, "Yo, Dunk, I missed your birthday. It was my birthday on the 13th, guys. All right, just towards the end of last week, Friday." He says, "Dunk, I missed your birthday. I'm blaming you because you didn't upload your usual pre-birthday vids hinting that it will soon be your birthday." All right, he's put £25 incoming to fund a tasty T-bone or some Yorkshire tea bags. Hope you had a good one, fella. I mean, do you know what I mean? Dave, you are a legend. And Dave he PayPal'd me 25 quid yesterday, bless him, so I could get a decent steak, which I'm going to have tonight. What a legend. Dave, I wish everyone was like you, bro. What a man. And I did reply to him. So, yeah, guys, you know, it was my birthday. Did you get me anything? No. But if you want to buy me a pint, you know, by all means, there's a couple of links in the video description below, and I'll give you a shout out on my next video if you do. All right, Dave, what a legend. So Dave, yes, thank you for that, and also Kevin, I appreciate that you're missing me, bro. I should go through some of the comments really as well, but there was one here about Adam Marshall. He said, "I would like a video about them greedy see you next Tuesdays. Trying to get the Liverpool name trademarked. Your thoughts, mate?" And I thought that we could maybe take a look at this, guys. Now, do you know what? The club has to have protection legally in terms of the mass production of replica kits, fake kits and things like that in all over the world. But the thing is, guys, these trademarks, I don't think they protect them and stuff like that. This is what the chief executive, Peter Moore, is trying to claim. Oh, it's to stop the big mass production. These countries in the far end, corners of the world, if you like, they don't give a toss about trademarks and things like that. Do you know what I mean? You can go into any of them countries, walk down the street and buy anything. No one says anything to you. Do you know what I mean? No, what I mean by that is if you're a shop owner, they don't care. It's not like being in Europe and stuff like that, where if you are caught selling counterfeit products or whatever, you can get a good cosh in. But these, I don't believe it. I'm sorry, but Peter Moore is not a man you can trust with this, in my opinion. All right? I'm sorry, Pete, but you're not. And if you look at the words that Peter Moore has said about this, right? So they're trying to even trademark the word Liverpool. All right? Now, Peter Moore said, "We are trying to protect LFC against large-scale counterfeiting operations and not in any way targeting small businesses and clubs. The club is not and would never seek a monopoly over the word Liverpool across the board. We understand the roots of this great city and the importance of amateur football clubs. We are under attack from large-scale manufacturing and must protect the global revenues to reinvest in players and infrastructure." From what I understand, right, if you trademark something in the UK, that doesn't apply in other countries anyway, from what I understand. Do you know what I mean? So, and I've seen certain comments put out online about this by Peter Moore, or when people have quoted him in that respect, and I've seen people replying saying, "Bull, because I do this and you've tried to stop this." I don't believe Peter Moore with what he's saying, guys. I really don't, and I personally really oppose this attempt to trademark the word Liverpool. It's one thing saying let's trademark Liverpool Football Club, but the word Liverpool to me is unacceptable. And what you've got to understand, for me, a match day experience, right, isn't just going to the match, right? There's all the street sellers, the guys selling the scarves, the flags, the badges. These are all key, important and critical things. And in my opinion, all right, once they start capitalising on trademarks and things like that, they'll leave all that for a while. And then when it's all died down and forgotten in the future, they'll start coming down on them. I really do believe that. And there is some great independent sellers online that sell T-shirts associated to Liverpool Football Club, right? They're not making a killing, guys. Do you know what I mean? They're not making a killing. They're probably making a bit of money, a bit of beer money or something like that. Or, maybe it's a bit of a hobby and that. And they're not making a killing. But the club won't look at it like that, right? Because what they'll do is, if you're a massive company, you're doing this big time. What was the word that the expression he used? Large-scale counterfeiting operations. Okay, so if you're a big company and you're producing Liverpool merchandise, and Liverpool Football Club get in touch and say, right, you're not doing that. That big company can say, well, you haven't done anything about that. That company, there is no justification when it comes to a legal situation. It doesn't matter if you're selling 1 or 1 million. Right? Because the law is the law. So the trademark is there to protect you against the production of 1 or the production of 1 million. Obviously, the high-end scale is of more importance. But I'm telling you guys, this is bad. It's bad. So, Liverpool have stressed it's only in the context of football products and services, and they would never register the word across the board. Obviously, this has caused a massive backlash, again, from supporters. Now, from my experiences with KopTalk over the years, 20 years, 21 years now, many years ago, the club had a product called the e-season ticket on their website, right? Which I guess now is their online membership to streaming or match commentary or whatever. They had one review on there when that was on, and it was me, right? They had one review as to why you should sign up, and it said Duncan Oldham KopTalk editor. Right? He was on there for ages, yeah. And they didn't ask me about that. I wasn't bothered, whatever. But that's what they did. And then, at one time, I started offering official LFC kit via the KopTalk website. Right? I wasn't selling it. What it was a supplier, like we're talking about, a small shop in England approached me and said, "Look, we sell official kit for all the clubs." Including Liverpool, could we maybe do something, we could advertise on your website and in return we'll give you some commissions or whatnot. Exact same kit, official products, but I don't think it was cheaper, but what the deal I struck with them was this. They said to me, we'll give you commission, Duncan, for every kit or sale that goes through the KopTalk website. And I said, I'm not really bothered about making money on this. I said, what about if I waive my commission and you give free postage, worldwide postage, to anyone that buys that kit? Yeah, and they were like, fine, no problem. So this meant Liverpool supporters all over the world, as far away as Australia, whatever, could save an absolute fortune. I got nothing, not a penny from that agreement. But it meant that I was able to offer my audience something. So I was like, you don't need to go to the official LFC website. You can buy the same kit, the same price, but you don't have to pay £5, £10, £15, £25 postage. The club came down on me, like, I don't want to swear, I'm trying not to swear, I'm trying to make it good, but the club came down on me, sent me this letter saying, look, we're not interested, not interested, we're not happy with your aggressive advertising, is how they described it. So they were not going to have, even though it was their kit that's being sold and they're still benefiting somewhere along the line, they were not going to have free postage available. So I used to think to myself, well, hang on a minute, if this small-time shop in England, a small operation, can offer free postage, why can't you? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, they didn't like it. Basically, I was like, right, I had a couple of run-ins in with the club over 20 years. I've had some good relationships with the club as well, depending who's at the club. Do you know what I mean? Like when Rick Parry was there, he invited me in for tea and biscuits and stuff like that. I fucking never went, like, do you know what I mean? Probably never see me again if I'd have gone to something like that. And I spoke to, people high up the chain. Obviously, when George Gillette and Tom Hicks were there, they invited me out to Dallas and Montreal. I went and did all that, as you guys will know if you followed me back then. But in fact, both of them were on the members' website, and George Gillette paid to be a KopTalk member, so I got some out of it, guys. But it was often the club are obviously going to protect their brand, and they're going to protect everything they can to do that, you know. And the point is, if I on KopTalk, if I was to put a Liverpool logo on the website, they'd come down on me. They'd come down on me. There may be some Liverpool websites out there maybe have the Liverpool logo or whatever. But maybe they're not as high profile as what I do. I don't know. Do you know? And I've always been a controversial figure. I will speak out against them. You'll find that there's a lot of websites and people that they have good relationships. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me what this is about. But they have good relationships, and I say this is the lighting shows of everything in here. You know what I'm saying? You know, they have good relationships, and they don't want to upset the club. So they're like, you know, like, oh yeah, you look after us and we'll look after you. So, whereas me, I'm just like, yeah, you know, if you know what I'm like, guys. Yeah, if they need praising, I'll praise them. If they need pulling up, I'll pull them up. The relationship I had with the club over the years has been a mixture of, that's all right, we'll work with you, Dunk. Do you know what I mean? But there's been times when they've been like, Dunk, you need to reel it in a little bit. And you know me, yeah, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, I can guarantee you from experience, especially under the current ownership, if you like, that they will, I guarantee, target your small time, you know, little businesses that are selling maybe a product. Do you know what? I think if I remember rightly, within a year ago, I got a really good pal called Rob, right? And he's a Liverpool fan. He's a designer. You know, he designs all my logos and things like that. And if I'm not mistaken, we did something together online. He designed something with Liverpool on, I think, and put it in a shop, and I promoted it for it. I don't think he ever made a penny from it, and I certainly didn't. And if I'm not mistaken, Liverpool Football Club, and I'm 99.9% certain of this. I'm 100% certain, really, but I've got to say 99.9% certain. Had it pulled from that store, and it was one of them stores on. Is it Etsy or something? What's that place called where you can create a shop? I think it's Etsy, isn't it? ETSY. Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know. It was like maybe like a print or something. I can't even remember, but it had Liverpool on it, and it got pulled because of, you know, well, it wasn't copyright because it was a new design. But this is the principle of what they're arguing now, basically. So don't give me that, oh, this is for mass whatever, because I don't think the lad sold a single one. I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't something he was really involved. He was just a Liverpool fan. He was like, oh, I've made this design. What do you think? You know, and I'm going to put it on. But he's a busy lad. He's got a business to focus on. That's not his thing. So he is the example of the kind of people that would suffer from this. And it was yanked, you know. And it's just not worth even like getting involved with them. So they might leave the little, you know, sellers around Anfield alone because that might cause immense backlash. Well, I think it would, no mate about it. But they will certainly target the little shops and stuff like that. And these people, they make it. I don't know. When I used to take my kids when they were young to Anfield, I'd always buy them a scarf, I'd always buy them a badge, maybe a badge especially, because each time was a new little trip and they'd have a little badge and feel good and stuff like that. And it's just part of the, you know, hearing the sellers, especially on, you know, a cold winter's night or whatever, you know, singing and trying to drum up, not singing, shouting and trying to drum up business. Well, it's part of the match day experience for me, and it's tradition. It's tradition. And I don't believe it, guys, and I'm sorry, Peter Moore, but I do not trust you on this at all. So I can understand why the fans are up in arms about it. I don't believe the context of the application that Mr. Moore is trying to get around. What I think is this is just a way of capturing the trademark. Yes, absolutely, you know, the club needs to protect itself from these big people, but they don't care about trademarks and things like that. They disappear, you know that, guys, and then they come back somewhere else or under another name. A trademark's not going to stop anything. This is going to stop your small little establishments, you know, little fan sites or whatever, and I guarantee that's what will happen. And they'll just let it slide for a little bit. If they're doing that to someone on Etsy with a little shop that hasn't even sold anything, right? So it's not like they've had a complaint. Then what they're going to do to like proper places? Do you know what I mean? So The club should reach out to these people and say, look, you know, why don't we try and do something together? I mean, most of these independent sellers, the slogans, the logos, the designs they do are better than anything official you'll ever get. Ever. You know? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if I've addressed it properly or not. But I don't trust them, guys. I don't trust them. I understand you got to protect, but yeah. Anyway, it's probably too long for a video along those lines. I would welcome your your feedback with regards to your thoughts to the situation. But I can tell you from first-hand experience that this is just nonsense to say that this is just about targeting, you know, mass production and stuff like that. Absolute nonsense. Don't believe them in the slightest. Alright guys, I will be updating DKB.TV today. I will try and get on KopTalk.tv also. Check out my blog, duncanoldham.com. Check the comments below, not the comments, the video description below, if you want to get me a pint for my birthday, or buy me a steak. And make sure you subscribe to DKB.TV also, because DKB.TV makes this possible. Alright, my head drops when it's quiet. I'm like, yeah, what's the point, you know? And I've sort of been in a period now for a while where I keep thinking maybe my time would be better else, you know, spent doing something, you know, for my family and myself on other things. But I love making the videos. I love speaking to you guys. But without your support, it's not possible. All right. So hope you're all right. Look forward to the game this evening, and I'm sure we'll catch up about that later in the week. Hopefully tomorrow. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts about the trademark situation, and you know, make sure you leave me a comment. I read all the comments, and if there's anything you'd like me to address, I will do that in a video. All right, guys, I love you. I'll leave you. Speak to you real soon. All right.